Hello YouTubers, and welcome to another episode of The Golf Nerd. Launch monitors are all the rage. Every good golf nerd wants to be able to practice their game in the off-season. And let's face it, having a home simulator is just a lot of fun. Technology keeps improving and the cost of entry keeps getting lower and lower. There's never been a better time to consider golf home simulators before, and today we'll be discussing my personal journey from the Garmin R10 to the FlightScope Mevo Plus. The Garmin R10 was launched in August of 2021, and it took the golfing community by storm. Before the R10, the only options for home simulators began at $2,000, which is a pretty serious entry point. If you bought something under $1,000, you were getting a personal launch monitor that could provide carry distance, smash factor, ball speed, and other basic data points. Then the R10 was announced with a suggested retail price of $599. It promised to provide data for shot shape, backspin, launch angle, angle of attack, and other key metrics that were previously unavailable at anywhere near that price point. Then Garmin continued to up the ante and promised to provide a launch monitor that would have home golf simulator functionality. No more just hitting balls into a net and looking at data points, but actually playing golf at home. This was truly revolutionary. The included E6 Connect software allowed you to download the E6 app on your iOS device. You would connect it to the Garmin via Bluetooth, and wham! You were playing one of the 6 included 18-hole courses provided by E6. Given this home run from Garmin, as you might expect along with everything else these days, it has been extremely hard to get your hands on the Garmin R10 since supply has been very limited. Well, as I've said before, the golf nerd loves when products punch above their weight class and provide great value. I purchased my Garmin R10 at the beginning of September as what might be called an early adopter. I just knew golfers would be clamoring for the device as soon as they heard the word, and I wanted in. I had a PRGR launch monitor, which in its own right is very good and I still own, but it wasn't the kind of thing you asked buddies over to try out. Like many of you, I already had a hitting net and mat, so I went the inexpensive route and bought a TV that I could mirror an iPhone to, and started playing E6 Connect in the basement lab. It was a blast, but quickly there were some concerns that came up. Most notably, the distance on long irons, hybrids, and especially the driver seemed a good 10 to 15% short. I have a very high degree of confidence in the data provided by my PRGR, and I use this alongside the Garmin R10 to sanity check the data the R10 was giving me. It confirmed my suspicions. The R10 was underreporting distances. Ironically, the smash factors and ball speeds provided by both units were nearly identical. So why the difference? I don't know this to be fact, but I strongly suspect that the reason the Garmin underreports distance is due to the spin model. You see, whether it's a blessing or a curse, I'm a very low spinning driver of the golf ball. I tend to hit high, middle-ish on the face, and I can quickly get balls falling right out of the sky with too little spin with a poorly fit driver. However, the R10 said I was spinning my driver anywhere from 3,000 to 5,000 RPM. Call me dubious. Quite honestly, I kept expecting Garmin to recognize this error and correct what was obviously not good data, but up until the time I sold the unit, it was never corrected. There is a workaround for this issue, however. You can go into the settings of E6 and set a global custom elevation. Obviously, for those stuck at sea level, we never get to experience the joy of gaining free yards while playing at higher elevations. But when it came to E6, we could bring those addictive yards to our sim world. I once again used my PRGR alongside the Garmin and did my best to match the two. Once I was happy with the result, I recognized it as not perfect and went on my merry way. So the distances were a little janky, but what about the rest of the Garmin's performance? It was surprisingly good. Generally speaking, the ball flights seemed to reflect what I saw on the course, and felt through a specific strike, and the launch angles usually mirrored the launch I saw as the ball hit the net. Did it have some misreads? Yes. Was shot shape a little more favorable than reality? I think so. But all in all, at $600, it was fantastic. So why did I sell it? Well, the Garmin R10 is what you might call the gateway drug of launch monitors. I loved everything about the experience, but I wanted better data. I wanted to be able to work on my game. I wanted to be able to make driver setup changes and quantify whether I moved the needle or not. I needed data I could trust. And at the end of the day, I didn't trust the Garmin. Simple as that. It's a blast, but I'm addicted to the idea of getting better, and I couldn't trust it. So off it went to another golfer who had been eagerly awaiting for one to become available. So what did I do? Well, I deliberated for a while, and after several months, I ended up with the Mevo Plus. We are in the getting to know you phase of our relationship, but in an upcoming episode, I'll be providing my full review of the Mevo Plus. So are you currently using a launch monitor? Is the Garmin R10 on your short list? Or is there another unit you are considering? I'd love to hear your thoughts below. If you have any questions about my experience with the Garmin, please ask below and I'll do my best to get back with you. As always, if you found this video helpful, please hit that subscribe button and give this video a like. That's it from the Golf Nerd. Hit 'em long and straight, and I'll see you next time.